know, there's a lot of reaction coming in from last night's drubbing, destruction, annihilation, cremation, whatever you want to call it, roasting, sauteed, whatever your form of cooking may be. But the Indiana Fever absolutely dismantled.
Last night's game at the United Center was positioned to be Angel Reese's moment in the spotlight. With Caitlin Clark sidelined due to a quad injury, this was Reese's chance to show she could carry the Chicago Sky and command attention all on her own. But instead of rising to the occasion, the entire event collapsed into a public unraveling. Despite the WNBA's efforts to hype the game, ticket prices fell to just $3 once Clark's absence was confirmed. The buzz around Reese as a standalone star quickly evaporated. It was a stunning reminder that Clark, not Reese, is the primary engine of attention in the league. And the Indiana Fever, playing without their superstar, still crushed Chicago by 27 points. Reese didn't just miss an opportunity, she may have sealed a narrative she's been trying to fight all season.
But unfortunately, Angel Reese brought her outfit and left her game at home. She brought the nice hat, she brought the nice boots, she brought the nice jacket, she brought the nice gloves, but unfortunately, she left her game at home. 4 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists in 27 minutes of action, a minus.
Despite the media narrative, the United Center's crowd was more a reflection of bargain ticket prices than genuine anticipation. Though reports claim 19,000 were in attendance, fans were buying tickets cheaper than a gas station candy bar. This wasn't excitement, it was curiosity. And that curiosity turned into disappointment fast. Online, social media was ablaze with memes mocking the $3 ticket prices. The implication was brutal. Angel Reese might have drawn a crowd, but she didn't hold it. The energy was low, the crowd disengaged, and by the final buzzer, what was meant to be a breakout moment felt more like an embarrassing misfire.
As a matter of fact, this might have been the first WNBA game broadcast on CBS in prime time. If it's not the first, it's one of very few. This was a big moment. I'm sure the WNBA would call it historic. Angel Reese is playing in an NBA arena in prime time on network television on Saturday night. Outside of regular season baseball, maybe the College World Series, there was no competition on television. The eyes of the sports world were focused on Angel Reese and the WNBA. And Angel Reese once again proved why no one is watching her.
On one of the biggest stages women's basketball has seen, primetime on CBS, a full arena, and no major sports competition on TV, Angel Reese delivered what analysts dubbed a disaster class. In 27 minutes, she scored only 4 points, shot just 2 of 7, and looked overwhelmed by Indiana's pressure. This wasn't just a poor game, it was a total collapse. The visuals were damning. Missed layups, frustrated gestures, and visible confusion on the court. Fans came to see fireworks. What they got was a player seemingly lost under the bright lights. It's moments like these that define careers, and unfortunately for Reese, this was a defining disaster.
Folks, there were people in the crowd getting there early saying, "Hey, Caitlin, can you sign my jersey? Hey, Aaliyah, can you sign my shirt? Hey, Sophie, can you sign my picture?" There were people asking for autographs in the Chicago Sky crowd that weren't even born yet the last time the Chicago Sky scored this little amount of points. There were people in the crowd who weren't even a thought in their parents' minds at the time that the Chicago Sky last scored at least 52 points, the lowest point total since 2011.
Commentators couldn't help but point out the stark contrast between Reese's meticulously planned pregame outfit and her performance on the court. She came dressed like a fashion icon, from boots to gloves, but fans and analysts alike questioned if more time was spent on the catwalk than the playbook. This critique, while superficial on the surface, carried a deeper meaning. Is Reese more focused on brand than basketball? For a player marketed as the next big thing, her inability to deliver in critical moments is quickly becoming a liability. And when the game ends in a 27-point blowout, those questions only get louder. The Fever didn't just win, they dominated. And they did it without Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, or even their head coach Stephanie White. Acting coach Austin Kelly stepped up, and the team never missed a beat. Kelsey Mitchell led the way with 17 points, while Ari McDonald came off the bench to deliver a scorching performance with 12 points and 4 steals. Indiana looked composed, deep, and well coached. Chicago, by comparison, looked like a team without direction or answers. This wasn't a fluke, it was a statement. The Fever aren't just the Caitlin Clark show. They're a real contender, top to bottom. Angel Reese's individual numbers were bad, but the bigger picture is even worse. She's now averaging fewer points per game than Clark is averaging assists. Even when you zoom out to team performance, Chicago managed only 52 points, their lowest output since 2011. No Sky player hit double digits. The offense was stagnant, the defense was porous, and the leadership was missing. The numbers weren't just disappointing, they were damning. If Reese is the future of the Sky, the front office has to be wondering how long they can afford to wait for her potential to materialize. What was once billed as the next great WNBA rivalry, Clark versus Reese, has rapidly devolved into a one-sided saga. The Fever have humiliated the Sky twice already this season, and both times Reese has looked completely outmatched. Whether it's her attempts to physically intimidate Clark or her inability to deliver offensively, she seems to crumble when facing Indiana. And with social media relentlessly tracking every game, the receipts are piling up. Side-by-side comparisons of Reese's performances against Indiana versus other teams show a glaring truth. She's not just struggling, she's shrinking when it matters most. CBS cleared its Saturday night programming to showcase this WNBA matchup. It was supposed to be historic, the league's stars on display for a national audience. But instead, viewers witnessed a lopsided contest that did more harm than good to the WNBA's efforts to elevate its brand. Angel Reese didn't just underperform, she looked unprepared. And in this age of instant reaction and viral moments, the entire night became a social media firestorm. Instead of showcasing the next generation of superstars, the game exposed just how wide the gap remains between promise and performance. While Reese was floundering, the Fever were thriving. 20 assists on 27 made field goals is the kind of stat line that screams team basketball. Their movement was crisp, their rotations tight, and their execution nearly flawless. Players like Lexi Hull, Aaliyah Boston, and Natasha Howard all contributed in meaningful ways. Even without their stars, Indiana looked like a team that believed in its system and its leadership. Coach Kelly praised their defense, their rebounding, and their attention to detail. And most importantly, they looked like they were having fun. Something Chicago sorely lacked. This game was more than just a box score. It was a shift in the WNBA's power dynamics. The Fever, even without their headline players, looked like a team ready to challenge for titles. The Sky, on the other hand, are left searching for answers and wondering if their chosen star can lead them forward. Caitlin Clark is scheduled for reevaluation soon, and her return could make Indiana even more dangerous. For now, the message is clear. The Fever are climbing, the Sky are sinking, and Angel Reese has a long way to go before this rivalry feels competitive again. Want to see how this story continues? Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a breakdown like this. Comment, "Fire the baby giraffe" if you're ready for the next chapter in the Clark vs. Reese saga. We'll see you in the next one.